What up, what up, what up? It's DJ Envy. Shout to Coach AnThony Legins, alright? He has a series called How to Buy the Hood, alright? It's inspiring us to buy real estate, alright? Now, you know I do the same. I always promote real estate, so shout to this brother that's doing the same thing. You can watch it only on REH and subscribe now. Peace.
Hey, this is real estate coach and mentor AnThony Legins, and I want to welcome you to another episode of How to Buy the Hood. And today I am just so excited, man, to have the opportunity to have our special guest, Pastor Arric Wilkerson, today. Oh, man, he's here to join us, and he's going to tell us a little bit about some things that he's doing in the community. He's from Up From the World Ministries off of Puritan and on the northwest side of Detroit. And he's been very active in our community doing residential rehabs. He's received national attention. I believe, sir, I think I've seen on your website that you've also received a NAACP award.
NAACP Image Award. It wasn't, they flew us out to the NAACP Image and gave us some awards for being active in our community. Yeah,
man, that's awesome. That's awesome. So, with someone that I just was doing some research online about people that are active in their communities, and I seen a couple. At first, I ran across a couple that I think they were in Baltimore that are doing some things. And then I seen you and I'm like, man, he's right here in Detroit.
Right.
I said, man, that's what I'm talking about. And, just before we even started, recording, we were just talking about how, we would like to see more people take advantage of buying properties here in Detroit. And I was telling you a little bit about my experience as far as, especially over the past 10 years with a lot of foreigners, citizens that's been buying in Detroit, and, and we're buying the property, they're buying the properties, and then we're renting from them,
Absolutely.
And, we want to change that narrative. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I want to hand it over to Pastor Wilkerson. Tell us a little bit about yourself, sir.
Well, I've been, I went to high school here in Detroit. I graduated from Edmund Denby High School. I'm originally from Memphis, Tennessee, though. That's my home. Okay. And I've been pastoring here since 2001.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We started in a small community room in an apartment complex in Southfield, Michigan. And then we moved that second year to a hotel suite. And then that third year, we got this facility that we currently own now here in on Puritan. And once we renovated that and secured it and started having services here, we got involved in the community around our church.
That's awesome. That's awesome. What like initially inspired you to start buying properties around your church area there? Like, did you have previous experience in real estate?
I had you want to know the truth? I had no experience in real estate, but these properties were available. And because we were driving through here on our way to church every Sunday and every Wednesday, I had an opportunity to see them. And I realized we can complain about this, or as a church community, we can actually do something about it. So what we decided to do was the latter. And we purchased one home initially. And while we were renovating that one house, I saw the other houses and the parcels of land that were available. And so we bought them all up, and I came back into my sanctuary on a Sunday, and I pitched it to the church that if we renovate these homes, I need some people that would be willing to move over here so we can kind of keep our pulse on the community and know what's going on over here. Instead of getting a picket sign and marching around saying, hell no, drugs must go, and all that kind of stuff. Why don't we just buy the property, because he who owns the land make the rules. So we bought the properties, and my membership was on board. And without them, man, none of this would really be possible. I mean, I get the credit because I'm the pastor and I'm the face of the ministry, but had they not been on board, none of this would be possible. And so they were involved in getting this thing off the ground. What I actually did was initially I went into the church and I raised about $30,000 from the membership.
Wow.
And it wasn't really them giving money, it was an investment for them. And I gave them back a return on their investment. Every single one of them gave them back a return just to get the project up and running. And then once we got it up and running, we began to take the tithe and offerings that we raised on Sunday. And instead of taking it to the bank, we took it to the community and renovated those houses. And then once we got them renovated one by one, members began to move in. And what I promised them was that you're going to know your neighbor on the right of you, the left of you, in front of you, and behind you. So we're going to build a community. And our slogan, which is we've got a sign on every house that talks about bringing the neighbor back to the hood. And if you can do that, you will establish a neighborhood. And so that's exactly what we did.
Man, Pastor, wow, man, that's you just laid it out, man. You just gave a blueprint basically for any church in our community to follow along to. You know what I'm saying? And
absolutely,
you know, that area over there, you know, because I'm very familiar with that area over there. I mean, you know, right before the pandemic, I just did a home buyer or investor. Me and my partner Armand did a investment seminar at UAD College up there.
That's right here. That's where we are, right across the street from University of Detroit.
Right. Yeah. I figured that, you know. So yeah, like we were right over there in that area. You know, that area is still a desirable area. You know, and I think that it's a good investment. Period. You know, as far as just an investor coming in, I think that area would be great, but much less with your vision, man. How you know, how did you come up with this vision?
Well, it just happened, man, while we were out there renovating that one home, and I just looked down the block and saw everything else that was available. They were all empty and abandoned. You had a lot of lots there and some homes that the city did knock down because they were not rehabable.
Right.
And I realized that we could get them. Now, this was before the Detroit Land Bank Authority was established. The Land Bank Authority was established later. And we did get some homes from the land bank. But before that, we were just going down to the Cadillac Tower building.
Right. Yeah.
And going in and purchasing. They were actually selling these structures for $500 a piece.
Wow. That's
$500 a piece. So when you got real estate selling that low, man, you don't do anything else with your money but invest it.
I'm trying to tell you, you know, especially back then, like houses were ridiculously cheap. Like,
yeah,
you know, I think that's what drew a lot of people in. But you laid out a plan, like, you know, and I'm just so impressed. Like, what do you envision moving forward?
Well, what we're going to do is, you know, we bought these homes. We got about 24 homes over here. And they're occupied by our membership. So we were able to provide the membership of our church with fully renovated homes at the price of $500 per month. That's what we were initially charging. And here lately, it's been $600 a month. So they've been staying there for $500 when they sign a new lease. We don't go up on the lease. We keep it at $500 because that's our give back.
Right.
That's the ministry's give back to the membership so that it cuts your rent. For some people, for more than half, because some people were paying $1,100, $1,200 staying in apartments in Southfield. So that's $700, $600, $700, $800 for your family that you can put back into your home to take care of your family. So we got that many houses. We probably got that many lots as well. So the next move is to we're going to put a park over here. We're asking the city to help us do that. Put a park, playground, picnic area, so we can have a full-fledged community. And when we have some church activities, we'll have those church activities right here in our neighborhood.
Man, you are a man of vision, passion, and action. I see that, man. That's so beautiful, man. Just, so I have to just ask you though, Pastor. I know, taking on that many projects, and I'm sure I'm sure you probably did them maybe one at a time, but what type of challenges did you run into?
Actually, man, the only maybe small challenge we had was you had some people in homes that you had to get out of the homes, and instead of just throwing them out in the street, I would give them like $1,500 so that they'd have some money to move with. And some of them, they were just squatting. I purchased a home, but because we are a church doing this project, you don't want to get a name for just throwing people out in the street. Yeah. Because while the home, maybe it was not your home, it legally it's still where you were staying.
True.
So we help people to move out of the community, but other than that, we really haven't encountered any problems. And we've renovated these houses from top to bottom, man. I mean, fully renovated siding, new windows, new doors, new porches, everything. It's not like we're doing that slumlord thing. These are some really credible, livable homes that we provided our membership. Now you got to remember, they are 100 years old.
Right.
So, you'll have a few small problems with them, but we fixed everything with those homes so that our membership would have some decent, affordable place to live, like I said earlier.
Yes, sir. That's beautiful. That's beautiful, Pastor. I'm just curious, like, so with the renovations, you had enough members in your congregation that had those skill sets, or did you have to bring in some outside contractors?
I've got a few guys that I've established relationships with over the years that are from the outside, but for the most part, my painter, my plumber, my carpenters, those guys were actually members of my church. And of course we pay them, but they didn't charge us like they would charge someone if they were doing some outside work. Because at the end of the day, you're a member of the church too, and you're part of the work. So the most of the help came from the guys that work that were members of our church that worked in that area. That's what they did already, and so they were excited to be able to come on board and to help out and to leave a lasting legacy, man, in this community.
Yeah. That's what's up, Pastor. And I've been thinking a lot about that myself lately as far as legacy, because, I think that that's important. I think that that's a thing that a lot of us have gotten away from. We keep hearing about, all these end of times and things of that nature. And I think a lot of people, just in my personal opinion, just have just tossed away the idea of, building a legacy and establishing something for themselves. I think they just, I don't know. Maybe they think it's going to all end tomorrow or something, but I really think that it's important to look towards the future and make plans, you know what I'm saying, and still move forward and work towards those plans. And definitely, like you just said, think about the legacy, think about, how do you want to be remembered? How do you want people to remember you? How do you want your children and grandchildren and your generations to remember you? Can you have it? I truly believe that we all can have an impact, on the community. It just all depends. Like how much more do you think that you could accomplish if you had, say, for example, more like-minded, I'm not even going to just put it on the churches, but just, people in the community like yourself?
Well, the church has a responsibility, and other people in the community have a responsibility also, man. I think we could do some tremendous good if everybody got on board. First of all, understood that what we're dealing with in the city of Detroit relative to all these houses being available, it's a once in a lifetime thing, man. You're not going to be able to find properties as many as they are at this price. Right. So anybody that's interested in investing, this is what you need to be doing. And it's not a very difficult thing to do. You just got to want to do it, especially if you are a church. Instead, all I really did, Anthony, was I switched the building that I took the money to on Monday morning. Instead of taking the money to the bank building, I took it to these small houses that are on the block. That's all I did. I just cut the middleman out and did what the bank does. The bank lends people money to renovate houses, and the bank lends people money to get mortgages. So instead of us going to the bank for that, let's be our own bank and finance our own project. That's all I really did.
Man, I love it, man. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And then I'm gonna tell you, not to interrupt you, but it also gets your membership excited. Yeah. About giving to something that they can see being done. They see the church being a blessing to its membership and a blessing in the communities. We not only renovated the houses, but we fenced everything in over here. We put a fence around the entire community. All the backyards are fenced in from the top of the block, which is Puritan, to the bottom of the block, which is Pilgrim. I mean, I really can't do it justice talking about it. It's really something you have to see. So we put a wooden fence around, left all the backyards open, like you'll see in the suburbs. So we really fenced everything in so that people can't walk through. And so the membership is excited and enthused because you can see where your tithe and your offering are going. You know what? I just want to know, like, what's your main motivation? You know, behind what's driving you? Like, what's really, you know, your real impetus in doing this?
Well, my motivation is restoration. The ministry is twofold. You meet the spiritual needs of people, and on whatever level you can, you meet the natural needs of people. And really what we've done to those homes is the same thing that God does to people. He takes you when you were condemned and your life didn't seem like it was much, and he restores your life and gives it some value and some significance and some relevance and reveals to you his purpose. So we did the same thing to the homes. Those homes were slotted to be destroyed. So what we did was redeem them from the condemned list. And then after redeeming them, we restored them. We did the exact same thing in the community that God does in the church. And what it does is it gives us a work and a purpose. And now we're not just gathering, singing and dancing and singing, you know, and praising the Lord, which is important. But at the end of the day, when we get through doing that on Wednesdays and on Sundays, we have an obligation and a responsibility to our own community. Because at the end of the day, nobody's coming to save us, man. They ain't coming down here. We can stop looking for the cavalry. We are the cavalry. We got to do it ourselves.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There it is. There it is, man. Hey, Pastor, you know, I really think that you share some real jewels, man, with us tonight, Pastor, you know. And I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to wrap up the interview, you know. I just want to thank you for your time today, sir. And I do want to give you an opportunity. Is there anything else that you would like to share before we get up out of here today?
Well, I just want to encourage other pastors in the community to become active in your community, man. If your church is in the community and there are houses around your church that are available, we should be purchasing those houses, because at the end of the day, what God promised us is houses and lands, and they are available. They're right here in front of us. All we have to do is have the eyes of our understanding enlightened and go get it and make it do what it do.
Hey. Yes, sir. I love it. I love it. Yes. And you know, I told you guys this season that I'm going to, you know, lay out the blueprint for you on how to buy the hood. You know, we're just getting started here. You know, brought in Pastor Wilkerson. He's definitely doing it big out here. He's something that we can all aspire to on many levels, not just the real estate level. So I want to thank Pastor for his time today. And I hope that this really inspired you. I hope that this reaches the right people, that this touches the right hearts today, that we can inspire people to take action. Continue to stay tuned. I'm going to show you some more steps that you can take to actually begin to buy the properties from the land bank, from the tax auctions, and from a lot of different other sources. And then how we could start putting it all together and, you know, buying the hood. So thank you, Pastor Wilkerson, for your time today. I'm real estate coach and mentor Anthony Legins, and I'll see you next time. Peace.